we are no longer letting fear put us in a chokehold anymore. Those days are done. It's 2026 now. It's time to level up. It's time to lock in, and it's time to be the best version of ourselves, man. Honestly. And when I say that we can't let fear get hold of us anymore, put us in a chokehold, it's real life, because 2025 for me, it took a lot of unlearning for things that just didn't align with me anymore. The things that kind of kept me stuck, that kept me feeling like I need to be abiding by this particular way of living or abiding by this particular way of working. Otherwise, I'm not going to be able to eat or survive or any of those things. Like, but when you realize that it's all in the head, it's all in the mind in terms of how you're able to perceive these things and how you're able to effectively get yourself out of the mindset of scarcity. And when it comes down to that, and you're always just thinking that if you don't do this particular thing, then this thing is not going to happen. It doesn't exist like that. And it's that fear, because it all comes down to the brain. The brain is there designed to protect us when there's a particular threat. It doesn't know the difference between an actual physical threat that's approaching us compared to the ones that we put into our minds. And it does sound a bit woo-woo, but once you get into the process of actually building your personal brand and actually seeing things for what life really is, and you start to realize that a lot of the things that have been put in place, you start to ask yourself, like, why do we do these sort of things? Why do I need to go and do this particular piece of work and I don't enjoy it? Or why do I need to live this particular life when it's not something that I want to live? And it starts to make you think about all the particular ways that you can just build a life on your own terms. And this is the reason why I'm even wanting to produce more content and wanting to share my insights with you all, because I have a big plan, I have big ambitions to build that £1 million personal brand. And I know that with doing that, it takes a lot of unlearning. It takes a lot of looking at things for what it is and feeling scared, but doing it anyway. Because, like, don't get me wrong, feeling fear and being scared of certain things is human. It's human of us to feel those things, but you have to look at those things as growing pains, and you need to really not let these things stop you from living the life that you want to live as well. And I always speak on my previous videos that it took me 30 years plus in order of understanding what that actually means for myself. I spent a lot of time in particular jobs or careers that just didn't align with me because I just wanted more for myself. I knew that in me being creative and me being very much smart in my approach of wanting to do things and wanting to develop and excel as well, it was just slowing me down. A lot of these roles that I was in previously were just slowing me down from wanting to be the person that I was born to be. Not only someone that can build a business from scratch and to build the foundations, the frameworks, the methodologies, the intellectual property, all of those things I can do, but then also to have the confidence and the courage to do so. And with the way that everything is evolving with AI, how is that looking? When I was previously at work, like working 9 to 5 as well, like the whole AI thing was very much not something that was people would never want us to look into and wanting to develop. And with me doing a lot of the AI stuff now, I've realized that there's so many areas that I've been able to improve on and develop that had I been working, say, a normal 9 to 5 in that regard, they would have sort of had me in the chokehold. They would have stopped me from actually developing these ideas or developing these tools or, you know, implementing certain aspects of AI that allows me to just make it a lot more effective for me to run business and to run the work that I do and the content that I develop and produce as well. And it all came down to me, like I said, that skydive for me changed my whole mindset. It must have changed some sort of chemical reaction in my brain as well. But from that moment when I literally jumped out of the plane, I was thinking that, listen, like, why are we doing this? Like, we have literally one life that we're living and we're living it not even doing the things that genuinely just make us happy. And I'm not trying to say that you need to be leaving your job or leaving your role to go and do something aimless with no particular sort of plan or roadmap or plan of action in terms of how you're going to implement it. But when you get to that stage and you're just thinking, like, screw it, I'm going to do it anyway, because it's the thought and the fear of regret that is the one that really aligns with me. That is the thing I'm most scared of, if I'm being completely honest with you guys, is the area of regret. I don't want to be in a position where I regret a single thing in this lifetime. I don't want to be there older thinking I should have done that. Why didn't I think to do this? Just because I was scared to the point where it just crippled me from wanting to do anything with my life until it got to the stage when it was far too late. And that's what scared me the most. And also, it was about just kind of being around people who hear the things that you're talking about. They're hearing your aspirations and they're hearing the things that you're looking to pursue in the long term. And they're not belittling your ideas, or they're not necessarily projecting their sort of insecurities onto you. They're very much thinking, in most cases, they may even hear your idea and they're thinking you're thinking too small. Even with the idea of wanting to build your own business or wanting to develop your personal brand to just increase more opportunities for you to leverage, there's so many things that you have to unlearn in the process of really giving this life a good go. And with that, it means that you need to also be around people who have also, they've been there, they've done that, they've also been in the same shoes that you were in previously, and they learned so many new things and unlearned so many things that were holding them back. So then all of those ideas of even generating £1 million doesn't even seem, it seems normal to them. It's more than normal. It seems light. They're thinking, is that what you're aspiring to do? Those are the people that you need to be around. And in most cases, the more that you develop and grow, you'll realize that you're just going to be, you need to be the small fish in the big pond. And that's just the truth of the matter. When you get to the stage when you're continuously the big fish in the small pond, you're not going to grow. You're not going to grow to get to the new heights that you aspire to get to, because everyone is going to be impressed with your level. And then when you get into a new realm of people doing things 10x what you're doing, you're going to realize that what you're doing is light. It's nothing in comparison. But with that, you're not doing it to compare yourself in terms of your work ethic and saying that what you're doing is not enough and it won't be enough. Is to position yourself and put yourself in the rooms of people who have done those things, and they are actually there to inspire you and to also activate different parts of your brain to showcase that these things are very much possible. Unfortunately, I've had the opportunity of meeting so many people that are doing amazing things, some things that I wouldn't have even thought that I could even achieve a year or so ago. But now I've been in a position where I've been speaking with different people, and I've been amongst different people in all various different communities who have shared so many gems with me to make me realize that all these things are possible. All it takes is for me to continue with the consistency and the discipline needed in order to get this stuff done. And that's the reason why you can't stop. You can't stop. You need to keep going. Whatever it is that you decide to do is for you to say it out loud and to hold yourself accountable for those things that you're doing. I'm doing these videos every single day for 1,000 days. You're going to see me on YouTube talking, sharing content, sharing my thoughts on different sort of things that I see coming across online or on the internet, the news, all that sort of stuff. Anything in aligning with personal branding, personal development, I'm talking on. Anything that comes down to that mindset, entrepreneurship, that's the stuff that drives me. Those are the things that I'm passionate about, because I'm learning it every single day. There's never a day that I'm not learning or discovering something new, and I'm just feeling like inclined to want to share with you guys, because if you're rocking with me, then I got you guys for life. I'm going to be sharing what I can and just get us in a position where we can really leverage our personal brand and take it to new heights as well, because we have seen it. We have seen it in real time what it means for people who have been able to develop their personal brand, which then in turn, which has allowed them to have the leverage to then build a business off of their personal brand. And because they have that intellectual property lined up, they've literally developed a roadmap where the money just keeps on coming in because they were able to use their intellectual property as a way to make it revenue generating. And through that, it's literally a rinse and repeat, rinse and repeat, rinse and repeat. But all it comes down to is, what are you willing to unlearn, and what are you willing to stop being scared of in order to get the content done? As far as I'm concerned, in 2026, it's all about content work, content work, content work. It is synonymous with each other now. You can't do work without the content, and you can't do the content without work. And that's just the way social media has evolved over the years. And as you've heard me say, and you would have heard it from other sort of gurus as well. Gary Vee says it quite often as well. We are now living in a world of not social media, but interest media. The things that you're keen on doing, the things that you enjoy, the things that you love, the things that you're passionate about, you have a space, you have a community that you just haven't unlocked yet because you've been scared to just post content, because you have been around people who are not interested in the things that you're interested in. And that's completely fair. Not everyone is going to enjoy or like the stuff that you do, or enjoy or like the content that you have to talk about. And that's just life, and that's natural, and that's completely fine. But if you do not start putting content out, it will be a lot harder for you to find your tribe. And in this time, we need to find our tribe. We need to find our community of people, of like-minded people who enjoy the stuff that we do. They enjoy the stuff that we talk about. And from there, you're able to kind of build, and you're in a position where you get to inspire people to take action. And that's what I want for you guys. I want to inspire you guys to take action and take your personal branding seriously. I want you to focus on what you can be doing in order to develop that content that positions you as not only the obvious choice, but then the key person of influence, right? But you can't be scared no more. You can't be scared no more. And trust me, I know a lot about that. I used to be scared to do all these things, but now it's just something that needs to be done. It's not a matter of maybe, or when I get around to it. It's now. You need to get onto it now, and you need to get onto it before you hit that stage of regret. So don't let being scared stop you from doing the things. If you're feeling scared, do it anyway, because what have you got to lose? Worst case, someone people will just laugh over things because they're projecting. A lot of the time, people will be projecting because they just can't fathom how you're able to do the thing when they are still crippling themselves based on their mindset in terms of being able to get stuff done, right? You're going to hear me. This is live, unedited, direct. You know what I mean? There's going to be times where I get some words wrong, or I may mispronounce something, but I don't care, because it comes down to the repetition, the consistency, and the discipline to not only improve on my content, but to also generate and drive home the point of what it means to actually be active and to be intentional on a daily basis. And that's the thing. I'm treating this as a job, man. I'm treating this as my job. Every day, the content needs to be uploaded, and I'm sharing new insights with you in all various different ways as well. So it's not just, talking heads. I'll be just sharing, reacting to different content, and just putting myself out there, and really just making a good effort to showcase the importance of consistency and the importance of what it means of developing your personal brand in 2026. So if you're ready to stop being scared, and if you're ready to get out of your head to really make an effort to change your life for 2026, make sure that you like the video. Make sure that you drop a comment. Drop a comment and let me know what you're going to be starting to do, and the things that have initially scared you before, but now you're looking to push forward with it despite the fear, despite being scared, and to really make a good effort for it for the new year. And also make sure that you subscribe, because I'm going to be dropping content every single day. No joke. I'm going to be here dropping content. So if you want to be looped in and you want to know what I have to say and what I'm doing to keep pushing forward for myself and all that good stuff, then make sure that you subscribe and look after yourself. And I'll catch you tomorrow. Peace out.